Hello, everyone, and welcome back to My English Teacher. I'm Emily, and today we're going to talk about something everyone loves, weekends.
And I'm Paul. Weekends are special, right? They are the little pause button in our busy lives. You finally get to breathe, slow down, and spend time with people you care about.
Exactly, and that's why this topic is so important. Talking about your weekend is one of the most common English conversations. You'll hear it at work, school, or even in a taxi. It's a simple question, how was your weekend? But it opens a real window into daily life.
And for English learners, it's perfect practice. It helps you talk about past events, express feelings, and share experiences. Plus, it's a great way to connect with people naturally.
Before we start, if you enjoy learning English in a fun, friendly way, please subscribe to My English Teacher and give this video a thumbs up. Your support helps us keep creating free lessons for you every week.
All right, Emily, let's dive in. Tell me about your weekend. What did you do?
It was lovely, Paul. Saturday started with a big family lunch at home. My parents came over and we cooked together. The smell of fresh lasagna filled the kitchen, and my mom brought her famous chocolate cake. We laughed, told stories, and the kids ran around in the garden. It was one of those warm, happy afternoons you never forget.
That sounds wonderful. You know, family time like that is becoming rare. Everyone's busy, always on their phones or rushing somewhere. But moments like these remind us of what really matters: connection.
Exactly. You don't need a fancy restaurant or a trip abroad to feel joy. Sometimes it's just about being at the table with people you love.
I can relate. My Saturday was more about catching up with friends. We went to a new coffee shop downtown. The one that just opened with those cool pastries that look like art.
Oh, I know that one. The one with the pastel walls and hanging plants?
Yes, it's cozy and bright. We spent hours there talking about work, movies, and future travel plans. It felt good to disconnect from screens and reconnect with people face to face.
That's such a good reminder. For many English learners, even small moments like this can be turned into great speaking practice. You can say, I went to a new cafe with my friends, or we talked and laughed together. Simple sentences, but they tell a real story.
And that's what language learning is all about: using English to describe real life. Don't worry about being perfect. Focus on sharing what happened and how you felt.
Right. So after your coffee meetup, did you do anything else?
Yes, that evening I went to a birthday party. My friend Mark turned 30, so it was a big celebration. Music, food, dancing, and a lot of laughter. I tried to sing happy birthday, but let's just say I shouldn't quit my day job.
I'm sure it wasn't that bad. But you're right. Birthdays are one of the happiest weekend moments. You get to celebrate life with the people who make it brighter.
Exactly. It's not about the perfect cake or decorations. It's about memories. And that's a great phrase to learn in English: to make memories. You can say, we made wonderful memories together.
Beautifully said. My Saturday evening was quieter, though. After the family lunch, I wanted to rest, so I spent time with my kids. We made popcorn, turned off the lights, and watched a movie together on the couch. The room was filled with laughter and warmth.
That sounds so cozy. You know, I think a lot of viewers will relate to that. Sometimes a calm night at home is better than any party.
Definitely. Life doesn't always have to be exciting to be meaningful. Even small, peaceful moments count.
Speaking of peaceful, what about Sunday?
Sunday mornings are always special for me. I go to church with my family. It's a quiet, thankful time. I pray for health, for guidance, for gratitude. It helps me start the week with peace in my heart.
That's beautiful. Many people have their own version of that. Maybe meditation, a walk, or quiet reading. It's about centering your mind before the week starts.
Yes. And after church, we had a simple lunch and went to the park. The sun was out, the sky was blue, and my kids rode their bikes while I just sat on the bench watching them laugh. Sometimes that's all the happiness you need.
I love that image. For me, Sunday was also about recharging. I did some chores in the morning, laundry, cleaning, the usual weekend things. But afterward, I made myself a cup of tea and sat outside with a book. Just quiet, peaceful time alone.
That's something people often forget. Recharging isn't laziness, it's self-care. You can't pour from an empty cup.
Exactly. And these little stories we're sharing, they're not just conversation topics. They're a way to practice real English. Our listeners can try saying, I went to church. I spent time with my kids. Or I read a book in the garden. Simple, but powerful.
And here's a small tip. When you talk about your weekend, always use the past tense. Instead of saying, I go to the park, say, I went to the park. Instead of I have lunch, say, I had lunch.
That's right. Grammar helps, but don't stress too much about it. What matters is expressing your story clearly.
Maybe we can do a quick mini role play for our listeners?
Sure. Ask me about my weekend.
Okay, Paul, how was your weekend?
It was great. On Saturday, I went to a birthday party and met some old friends. On Sunday, I relaxed at home and read a book.
Perfect. See how simple and natural that sounds? Now let's switch.
All right. Emily, how was your weekend?
It was lovely. I had a family lunch on Saturday and watched a movie with my kids in the evening. On Sunday, I went to church and enjoyed the sunshine at the park.
Wonderful. You used great vocabulary and smooth transitions. Our viewers can follow this model easily.
Exactly. And you can make it more interesting by adding emotion. Say how you felt. It was relaxing. It was fun. It was busy. It makes your story come alive.
That's such a good tip. Because learning English isn't only about words, it's about expressing your life.
Yes, and that's what makes language beautiful. It connects hearts, not just sentences.
Now that we've shared our weekends, let's help our listeners talk about theirs too. Because the truth is, this topic comes up all the time. At work, school, even on Monday morning when your coworker smiles and asks, "So, how was your weekend?"
Exactly. And sometimes you might freeze thinking, how do I answer? But don't worry, it's easier than you think. You just need a few simple sentences to sound confident and natural.
Let's go over some useful phrases. To ask, you can say, "How was your weekend?" Or, "Did you do anything fun?" These are friendly, casual questions you can use anytime.
And to answer, you can say, my weekend was great, or it was relaxing, or even, it was busy but nice. Then add a short detail. I went shopping, I spent time with my family, or I met friends at a cafe. These little details make your answer sound real and natural.
That's right. And don't forget to smile when you say it. Your tone matters just as much as your words. Communication isn't only about vocabulary, it's about warmth and connection.
Exactly. And here's another tip. When you share your weekend story, add emotions. Instead of saying, I went to a restaurant, try, I went to a restaurant and the food was amazing. It brings your story to life.
Yes, details make all the difference. Think about the senses. What did you see, smell, hear, or feel? Did the coffee smell good? Was the park quiet? Did your friend tell a funny story? These little things make your English sound alive.
Speaking of funny stories, I remember one weekend when my son accidentally mixed salt into the pancake batter instead of sugar. We took one bite and everyone made the same shocked face. It turned into a moment of laughter that we still remember.
That's a great example, Emily. Mistakes often make the best stories, and for English learners, stories like that are perfect practice. You can practice past tense verbs while sharing something personal and funny.
Yes, like, He added salt by mistake. We laughed so much. We made new pancakes. All in the past tense. Easy and natural.
You know, Emily, one of the best parts of weekends is that they remind us to live, not just work. For many people, the week is full of deadlines and stress. But when Saturday comes, it's like the world slows down for a moment.
That's true. And it's also a chance to reflect. Weekends are like a mirror. They show how balanced your life really is. If your weekend is always just about sleeping because you're too tired, maybe something needs to change.
That's deep. It's not just about rest, it's about renewal. Doing something small that fills your heart. Walking in nature, calling your parents, reading a book, or even learning a new phrase in English.
Exactly. And for our listeners, that's the connection. Every time you talk about your weekend, you're not just practicing grammar, you're sharing pieces of your life, and you're connecting with others through English.
That's so true. Let's give our audience a few more examples of weekend activities they can talk about.
Sure. You could say, I went shopping, I cleaned the house, I cooked something new, or I watched a movie.
Or, I met my friend for coffee, I played soccer, I exercised, or I stayed home and rested.
Perfect. Remember, even if your weekend sounds simple, it's still meaningful. It doesn't have to be exciting to be worth sharing.
Yes, and for practice, try writing a few sentences about your last weekend. Then say them out loud. It helps with pronunciation and confidence.
That's a great habit. You can even record yourself speaking, then listen and correct small mistakes. Step by step, you'll notice progress.
And if you ever feel shy or unsure, remember, fluency comes from practice, not perfection. Every time you speak, you're getting stronger.
Absolutely. Think about this. English isn't a subject, it's a bridge. The more you cross it, the more freedom you find. Freedom to express, to connect, to belong.
That's beautiful, Emily. And it's true. Even small conversations, like talking about your weekend, are small victories. They show that you're growing little by little.
So, dear listeners, here's a question for you. What did you do last weekend? Did you relax? Did you go somewhere new? Tell us in the comments below. We'd love to hear your story.
Yes, please share. And if this episode helped you, don't forget to like and subscribe to My English Teacher. Every week, we bring you new, fun ways to learn English through real-life conversations.
And remember, learning English isn't just about grammar or vocabulary. It's about building confidence to share your world. Every story, every word is a step forward.
So next Monday, when someone asks, "How was your weekend?" you'll smile and answer easily in English with confidence and warmth.
Because that's what we want for you, not just to speak English, but to feel alive in it.
Beautifully said, Emily. All right, everyone, thank you for joining us today. We hope this episode inspires you to talk, share, and connect more in English and in life.
We'll be back soon with another exciting topic to make your English stronger, smoother, and more natural. Until then, keep practicing, stay motivated, and have a wonderful week ahead.
And don't forget, language is power, and your voice matters. Bye, everyone.
Bye, and see you next time on My English Teacher.